All right, let's reconnect with Nick Harper now, live at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington as that rally continues. Nick, I'm really hoping we'll be able to connect with you now. A bit earlier on, we saw the families of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, as well as Jacob Blake take to the podium. Paint a picture for us of exactly what is taking place there now. And it seems that everyone there is calling for one thing, for racial equality.
Absolutely, yeah. Racial equality, racial justice, the end to racism in the United States. They are very simple pledges that people are looking for here in the US at this time. And speaker after speaker over the last few hours have very forcefully said that that needs to happen, and it needs to happen now. They said that even though we've seen major legislative changes in the United States back in the 1960s, around the time that Martin Luther King spoke here in Washington D.C, there are still many racial issues that simply mean there is a gulf of inequality between whites and blacks in the United States. And one of the things that they say that point very clearly to that is police brutality, something that we've seen time and again over the last few years. Some very high-profile videos being shared, some very high-profile cases of black Americans being killed, often by white officers. And like you mentioned, we had family members of many of those people who'd been killed speak here in Washington, D.C. today, all of them saying that level of police brutality, that level of force that is so often used by officers against black Americans, that absolutely needs to end.
Reverend Al Sharpton speaking a bit earlier on, saying that he was tired of the silence of President Donald Trump, who he says was not even able to say their names. This rally also comes on the cusp of US elections, and a day after President Trump delivered his acceptance speech at the Republican convention, and a week after Joe Biden gave his nomination acceptance speech. What is the sentiment there on the ground as you have Americans looking to this election?
Well, the election is now just 10 weeks away, and yet racial injustice and the need for social reform are very much at the centre of this election, and is something that everyone here